Now being joined with the undefeated 14-0 Jared Anderson, who's making his homecoming July 1st. Man, Jared, you excited? You're going back home. You're main eventing your first card back home.
Yeah, I'm more than excited. Ready to go see all my hometown fans and put on a great show.
You know, what kind of like emotions, feelings go through your mind as we get closer and closer to this homecoming for you?
Just in all that is happening, I guess, just really piecing it all together for myself. That is actually coming to life. Is actually dreams are coming true.
You get butterflies at all? Are you anxious?
I mean, not now.
You think you will be though, the closer we get?
It's possible. I haven't. This is the first, so I can't say yes or no. But I'm just ready for it. It's another fight for me.
Yeah, a lot of people said like homecoming fights can be a little bit difficult when you go back. Just people hitting you up left and right for tickets. It's a lot of pressure. We saw you're shaking your head. No.
I don't even like people.
What's up?
I don't even like people.
You don't like people at all. Me neither, man. That's why I stay home. But I would imagine you got a lot of friends, a lot of people that you know because it's your hometown.
No.
No?
I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of acquaintances. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? I knew, but nah, not a lot of friends.
Okay, all right. So it takes a little bit of that hectic, that craziness away from you then.
Definitely.
Yeah, because we saw Regis over the weekend say like, hey, these hometown fights suck, man. Like, and just overall, like just seeing other fighters when they have hometown fights, some of them are good with it. Some of them, like it does get a little hectic for them.
Yeah, I'm different. I don't even pay no attention to them because I know how my city is.
How do you think they're going to respond to you?
How they always do. Either they gonna love me or they gonna hate me, or they not gonna pay attention at all.
Nah, I think they're gonna pay attention, man. You got a tough dude in front of
you. Some people say, some people don't. So we'll see. I think when what's the word I'm looking for? Like the numbers come through as far as like betting and stuff. I don't think it'll show that. So
yeah, you're fighting the Southpaw 19-0 Kazakh. I can't pronounce his name for the life of me, to be honest.
Don't forget he's 34.
He's 34 years old. How old are you now?
23.
23. Okay. Hey, but 34. He's still young and spry at 34, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I was saying in the last interview, I definitely think he got something to him because he's well over his grown man strength stage. But age is a factor.
Well, he's 19-0. I'm not sure who he's fought. I know in his last fight, he took a step up, but they're saying that he's taking another step up, going and fighting you.
He's not taking a step up. He's taking a floor up.
A floor. Why do you feel it's the levels that much?
If you watch his last two fights against Joey DeWeco and the step up fight that you're referring to, both of them quit. Yeah. Literally, one quit in the first round, the other one quit in the second. Literally, like quit, like not even a punch almost landed, and they just went down and said, "Are they done?" So that alone let me know that he doesn't have any real time under the lights in the last few years. It's not nothing over 2 rounds that was competitive either.
So with that being said, then, man, how long do you think this lasts?
As long as I want it to.
Yeah. You're just going to kind of get a feel for it, that first round, and see what you want to do?
Yep. Because, I mean, I don't know what he has to offer, per se. I mean, I'm coming prepared for anything and everything. I'm prepared for a 22-year-old, somebody who's super energetic and ready to fight. I'm prepared for anything, but I would say that it's nothing over 4.
I know Roy's been helping you out a little bit in this camp, right?
Yeah, Roy came through this camp for sure. He hasn't been here the whole camp, but he came through.
Yeah, because I know some of our guys saw him over the weekend for Regis's fight. But man, how did that happen? You linking up with Roy?
We doing a series or a piece of a series that I'm going to be featured in. So he came through to do some interviews and just talk with me and meet me and stuff like that. And we had a great day and a half. Shooting and little stuff we did. It was great. It was great to meet him, great to experience and listen to what he had to say.
Did he ask you to help, or you asked him?
As far as helping in training,
Yeah.
it was more for the series, not really like the pad shit. I mean, excuse my language. The pad things that we did, that was more or less just for the video. Like I said, the series that we supposed to be releasing. But definitely, I mean, I will always accept because he's such a great fighter, and I know his IQ is high. But I have my coach, you know, and I have a team right now. So if he was to ask, yeah, of course I would accept him. But I'm not reaching out to nobody at the moment.
What kind of, did he give you any advice that you really like it stays with you, or did you guys have like conversations that like it stayed with you, like in that time that you spent with him?
Outside of boxing, yes.
Yeah. What stayed with you the most with what Royce told you?
That what I'm doing is a lot bigger than what I'm how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as a means to an end, you know, just to get my money and get out. And he wants me to look at it from a bigger perspective, you know, on what I can do, what I have to do, and what comes with it. You know, I don't 100% agree with everything he said, but it stuck with me because what he had to go through, you know, the obstacles that he overcame to still be who he is and still to love God and people how he do, you know, it did something to my brain to make me think like, if he can do it, then I should be able to adjust to some extent to fulfill what he's saying in my career.
You said some of it you didn't agree with. Why didn't you agree with it?
Because I don't think the pressures that I have on me and the things that I'm doing at this age, I don't think that I don't think that people should portray them on me how they do. You know, people try to push their beliefs and their thoughts and everything off on me. But I didn't ask any of that. And you can't make me open up to that. You can't make me embrace what you guys want for me. I want what I want for my own life. Let me live my own life, you know? And that's really all it is. He understood where I was coming from in that everybody has their own life. Everybody has what they want to do. But he definitely emphasized that he felt like God put me here for a reason, put me in this place for a reason, and that I need to follow through what I got going on.
Yeah, it's crazy that you mentioned that because when I was jotting down my notes, I was thinking like, you know, in the interviews and the articles, everyone keeps saying the next great American heavyweight, the next heavyweight champion. And you know, I just kind of like randomly thought like, I wonder how he feels about having all this thrown at him like so early on. And if it like at all, like it's a burden at all on him, or like there's these high expectations.
It's through one ear and out the other. It's not the point of being a champion. It's not the point. Cause see, I don't have no validation problems. There's a lot of people in this industry and in this fight game that have validation problems. That they feel like in order to be who they want to be, or in order for them to be accepted, that they have to be a world champion, or they have to be this big superstar. They have to be like a rapper with all the jewelry and all the clothes and have all these things. But that's not me in any way, shape, or form. Like I don't need any validation. So I think that's what separates me from a lot of different people in this.
Yeah. So with that being said, you know, I've heard in other interviews, like and I don't know if this is accurate or not, but it seems to me that your goal is more being financially straight, that you and your family are okay then, as opposed to being undisputed champion or being world champion or any of that other stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
If financial stability comes long before a world championship, then I'll be retired.
So then picking back off that, like, do you love boxing, or is this just, hey, it makes me a lot of money and I'm going to do it because I happen to be good at it?
I find love in it. I've found joys through it. I found a lot of brotherhood and love, you know, communicating with athletes that are more like me than I know, you know, and finding out. Because see, I'm one of those people. My mom is a social worker, and she went to school. She got her master's degree in psychology, if I'm not mistaken, or social working. But I'm one of those people. I kind of like the things that people shy from. You know, I'm one of those freak people that I feed off of insecurities. So if I find out that one of your biggest insecurities is not fully accepting who you are, I'm going to try to exploit that for you so that I bring that out of you so that you don't have those insecurities no more. So I think that's a huge part that plays into why I do the things that I do, you know, to the people around me. Like, if you're not real with yourself, you can't be around me. I don't want you around me. If you can't be real to tell yourself, like, I'm messing up, I'm doing it wrong by myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to take responsibility for my own actions, then I don't want you around me. You got to be able to hold yourself accountable and not live in gray areas. I think a lot of people in this world live in gray areas, and you shouldn't live in gray areas because you should know black and white, what you gonna do or what you're not gonna do, who likes you and who doesn't like you. And that's just all it is for me.
Might be, I don't want to say off topic, but you know, I don't know if you've noticed this, but isn't like a lot of life like very nuanced, and then that sometimes there is no black and white, it's kind of mixed at some point, given like nuanced situations?
Not for me.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that is because I emphasize on that. You know, it's like I say earlier on in my life, yeah, you know, through the earlier adolescent stages, but now since I turned 19, 20 years old, there's been no real gray areas through my life because I've always explained to people how it is and how it isn't. I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna go and how it ain't gonna go. You know, and you can either accept it and go with it, or you can say, nah, this is not me and this is not my life, and I'm just gonna go on. And by either way, I'm fine with both.
So, you know, you mentioned that you found a lot of love in boxing. You love the friendships that you've made and you know, the relationships that it's given you with people, but overall, like the sport, the day in, the day out, does it feel like a job to you, or is there like
100%,
genuine?
100%, 1,000%.
1,000%.
Job every day. Every day I wake up and somebody tell me like, hey, you got to eat this. Like, why do I got to eat that? Because it's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you perform better. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people tell me they can't drink coconut water. It's not nothing I can't do, because if at the end of the day, this is going to pay the bills, it's going to pay the bills. So I'm willing to do what I have to do in order to provide, but it's a job.
When did it start feeling like a job to you?
The day I turned pro.
The day you turned pro. Wow. So before you were having fun with it though?
I was having more fun. It started to become a job. I ain't gonna lie. I'll take that back. I say it started to become a job during the last year and a half of my amateur career, when I was training for the U.S. team and training to try to make the Olympics. I think that was when it started to become a job, because they were trying to give me rules and stipulations and basically a boss, you know, somebody who had to look over me and always tell me what I needed to do and had to do. And if I didn't do something, that they would dock my pay or take something away and stuff like that. So I think that was probably the first time where it really started to feel like a job, because now it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna just quit.
So with that being said, then, Jared, I guess if you could have your way, how long do you fight for?
26, 27.
Wow, that's like 4 years away. Dang, you want to get in and out, that's it. Do you think over time, you know, with, and I know you mentioned accomplishments don't really matter to you, it's in one ear out the other, but do you think with over time that'll change at all, that you could see yourself? No.
I've been doing this since I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Burnt out.
You're burnt out. You can't take a break? Do you think a break would do you well?
If you don't use it, you lose it.
But sometimes though, you know, if you're burnt out, you do need that break, that time away to kind of refresh everything, to, you know, put things in perspective. It makes you think of things on a different light, no?
If you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's all I can say, man. I'm telling you, like, I didn't took a break from things before, and coming back is never the same. It'll never be the same. I know if I take too long of a time off, that, and I've noticed that also in my career so far, the times that I did take longer off, I did take 2 months, 3 months off. When I come back, I'm not the same. You know, I have to gradually get back to where I was. Now I just stay in the gym. But if I stay in the gym for the 2-3 years that I do, by the time that I do want to retire, I'll be perfectly fine with it.
It's crazy, because like a part of me, like, is trying to like relate to you. I'm not a boxer, you know, but I've been in jobs that I freaking hate, that I can't stand. And like, I know how like you just count the days away toward when your day's off and it's like, you're not fulfilled at all. And you're just like, man, this sucks. Like, I want to do something else. You know, what is that something else that you would like to do then?
Live life.
Just relax.
Hey, it's so many other aspects of life to live. I don't have any kids. I want to have kids. I think boxing is one of those things that's keeping me from having kids at the moment. I want to be there 100% for my kids. I don't want to have to send my kids off so that I can train. What else? It's just so much in this world that you can do. You know, so many other joys that I have that I could find. And I kind of, I don't know, maybe more or less just want to go find myself. I want to go and just be like, dang, I don't have anything to do. Let me go find something with myself, bring something out of myself that I really care for, that I really want. Because people ask me all the time, like, what do you do besides boxing? And I just stare at them. They be like, what do you do outside of it? I stare at them. What do you do to have fun? And I stare at them. You know, it's not saying like boxing is everything I do, but it's the main thing that I do. You know, I have to live, sleep, eat boxing, you know. So it's like I said, I'm just burnt out.
No, I feel you on that point. It's like your whole identity is tied to that one thing, but it's because you've been doing that one thing since you were 8 years old. You've been so focused on it that you haven't had a chance to really, I don't want to say find yourself, but find what other things would interest you, other interest points, other hobbies that you may like, because you're spending so much time in the gym.
Exactly. And this is only a quarter of my life. You know, if I can do this by 26, 27, the first year or two, I wasn't able to do anything myself anyway. So like I said, this is the first quarter of my life.
Damn. So what if I had a magic ball and I told you, hey bro, you're going to be fighting till you're 35?
You wouldn't be able to tell me that. You wouldn't be able to tell me that.
If I were to tell you, hey, you're going to be considered one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, but you got to fight till you're 35.
Oh, you damn sure gonna be changing your words up there, because I'm gonna tell you right after that I'm not gonna do it. Yeah.
So how did these next 3 years look for you then, Jared, with your plans? You know, 26, 27, you want to get out?
Working as hard as I can.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a monster, man. It's just somebody who don't stop working.
But I would imagine, you know, in terms of fights, it's fast track then. Like after this, you want to get up into the guys that are in the top 5?
I'm gonna tell you like I told the other interviewer. Yeah. Not my job.
Not your job.
Not my job, man. I show up, I fight, I get paid.
But okay, if the goal, like you mentioned, is to get paid, obviously the highest payday you can get is either going into a title fight with the champion or you becoming the champion and getting that fight. So I would imagine you have a plan like, hey, I got to plan this out to where I can maximize.
Now let me stop you there and ask you this.
Okay.
What you think so far was the highest paid fight this year, or one of? Let's in the top 3.
This year, well, obviously Tank and Ryan is one of them. Yeah.
And what was the fight for? That alone says it all.
Hey, but look,
you don't need a title just to make the money.
Floyd and Manny, they've made the most out of anybody, and that was for titles. You know, Spence and Crawford are gonna, you know, make a lot of money as well. Like, you know, it's an important thing, right?
Okay, let me ask you this now.
Yeah.
How much did Jake Paul and anybody else he fought make?
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm smoking him over here. I'm smoking here.
Hey, yeah, you got a point on that. But you know, Jake was famous before. I would imagine if Tom Cruise were to have a fight, he would be the highest paid boxer of all time.
Okay, so let me put it to you like this then, right? Today, I got 167,000 followers.
Yeah.
I haven't even started to be involved in social media because I'm not a social media person. If I put myself and my boxing all into the socials and stay on top of my boxing, I can be done in 3 years and do everything that they doing and more, because it's heavyweight boxing. We talking about lightweights who did that. Heavyweight, if I do that as a heavyweight, if I blow up on YouTube in the next year, if I blow up on TikTok in the next year, those are different bags and different money that like I said, complete my goal of financial stability.
We'll see what happens, Jared, man. I would imagine boxing fans would be like, no, you got to stay because you're too talented. We want to see you keep going. I would imagine everybody tells you that.
It ain't about them.
Yeah.
That's why that take you right back to earlier what I was saying. Like, I got my own life. I want to live my own life. Let me live my life.
Bro, I feel you on that. Wanting to live life and experience life. I know how much of a sacrifice this is for you guys as fighters, and literally you guys don't have childhoods and you put your lives on hold until your guys' careers are over. So like I do empathize on that, and I could understand why you want these other things in life and how it could burn you out and how all this stuff can get to you.
I've missed so many parties, so many birthdays, so many events. So yeah, definitely I'm just tired, man. All
right. Well, I don't know if you're tired of this interview, but I'm getting the wrap. But it was a good chat with you, Jared. I appreciate you being honest, bro, and opening up a little bit. It's really refreshing, and I feel like, you know, people will get to see another side of you. But on the other side, I do empathize with you. Like, I know exactly what you're saying, because I think anybody in a small business capacity as well have to sacrifice and put a lot of things on hold, and obviously not as much as you have, because at the end of the day, you're taking punches and your sacrifices are a lot more. But like, I can see where you're coming from on that.
I appreciate it.
All right. That's Jared Anderson. He's returning to the ring coming up July 1st, homecoming. Jared, one last message, man. Go ahead and close this interview out.
Jared Anderson, man, make sure I don't miss July 1st on ESPN, man, and so many other sports networks. Make sure you don't miss it. Make sure you watch it. It will be a knockout.
All right. They're promising a knockout. That was Jared, the real big baby Anderson. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Jared.
No problem.